right, and welcome along to the Invincible podcast with Lee Judges and also Julian right here. It's going to be a great show today. I've got a feeling it's going to be a great show. Just before we get into that, if you're struggling to strike a good deal when you're looking online for the cheapest flights and accommodation when you're traveling abroad, well, there's only one place to go. NordVPN. You can change your location online so you can view local and cheaper rates instead of the more expensive international tourist rates. Our friends at NordVPN are offering AFTV viewers an exclusive deal. Exclusive. You only get it here, and it's a deal of 4 months extra on a 2-year plan. All you got to do is go to nordvpn.com/AFTV and sign up right now. It's risk-free with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you to our friends from NordVPN for powering this video. Of course, I'm not heading there because I've got to go to New York. But these two guys are heading over to Atalanta on Thursday to watch Arsenal play Atalanta. And I can tell you they've used the NordVPN to book those flights, right? So it's worked out a lot cheaper. I was chatting to Flex, by the way. They're going to, I think he's got to go to Porto. And I was putting him on to the NordVPN because he's going, how comes you lot are able to do those flights and there's more of you going to Milan than us going to Porto? I said, yeah, NordVPN, bro. NordVPN.
Can't beat it.
You get them local rates. So you're going to be using the NordVPN for that. You can use it to book things like car hire, stuff like it. Honestly, if you travel abroad, it's an essential thing to have. So make sure you get hold of it. Guys, where should we start? Should we start at the North London derby?
Yeah, why not?
Let's start at the North London derby because it's a busy week, right? Of course, we've had the North London derby. We've got the first game of the Champions League coming up on Thursday when we take on Atalanta. Of course, the team that won the Europa League last year, very impressively beating Leverkusen. And on the weekend, Man City away. But we're feeling good about both of those games, which they're, you know, I remember last week you saying, oh, Robbie, mate, next week, that's tough. Well, the first hurdle's been passed.
Yeah.
On Sunday, what a win over Tottenham. At home, 1-0 to the Arsenal, the old scoreline, and it's fully deserved.
Fully deserved. WhatsApp's gone down. My WhatsApp's gone down. I don't know about yours, but
What, you haven't got any Spurs fans replying to it?
no, I think they're missing.
Yeah.
Missing. They've gone like, you know, like there was all there before. My WhatsApp mentions, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're going to get stuffed and all that, like, you know, and I'm a bit worried about a few of them, like, you know what I mean, because they haven't replied.
Well, they'll come back in January.
Oh, yeah, they'll be back. They'll be back, you know.
Going to win the league.
Sure as Christmas will be, they'll be back.
It's made me laugh, isn't it? Like, the way they've changed. When I got to the game, some guy's walking past, right? And he goes, you got problems today, Robbie, mate? Mickey's back. Mickey's back.
What, Metal Mickey?
Right. He goes, Mickey's back. And Solanke's back. You got problems. They had their full team.
Yeah.
Mickey van der Ven was back. Solanke was back. We were missing now 2 key players. Declan Rice and our captain Martin Odegaard. And still,
No
light
problem.
work.
Yeah, I think we were missing more than that. You know, we had Calafiore out, who I thought could have played. I mean, with the injuries that we had and the suspensions, they could have brought Timber into the central midfield, but he didn't have that option because they had absolutely no one else that could really play at left back. So many of his options were taken away from him. As Arteta said, he lost sleep last week because every time he came up with a formation, he'd lose a player. So that might have not been his second choice or how he was envisioning it at the beginning of the week. So many things were going against us, and we still beat them.
What was the amazing thing? I've seen my mates on their game. What did you reckon the score, Judgy? We're at the score 2-0. We're going to win this 3-0, 3-1. You know, on social media, in the pubs and all that. What do you reckon? 2-0, 3-0, 4-1. Someone 4-1. Someone said, like, you know. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, where did they?
And now, sorry to interrupt you. Now, Robbie, they're all, you know, one more. We're crap. You're always going to beat us. You know, you're a much better team than us. Like, you know what I mean? We weren't saying that. You know, you had the best defence, best forwards.
But that's the reality of it. that we are, but as a fan, you get het up in the moment, don't you?
Yeah.
And they start to believe what just isn't there. And one of the reasons, I was quite down at the beginning of last week with all the injuries that we had. You know, the Odegaard out, Calafio's out, Rice suspended at that point. Didn't even know that Zinchenko was out. Still got Tomiyasu out. And I was thinking, it's conspiring against us. I took a step back and looked at the facts of even the players that were coming in against the players that were starting for their first 11. We are a better team than them, and we have a better manager. I mean, I think Ange...
Not according to them, though.
Well, yeah, but they're wrong. They're not living in the reality of the world. And look at the two managers. I think Ange is a thoroughly decent human being. He comes across really well. I think you can't fail to actually like him.
Really?
Unless you're a Spurs fan.
No,
if you're a Spurs fan, you start to lose patience. He comes across genuine. He says things. It doesn't seem to be that PR trained. He's just saying what's in his head.
Julie,
but that's not going to work.
I thought he was very rude to that woman yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, what did he say? I must have missed that.
You know what I mean? Like, well, he put her down, didn't he? Like, can I finish the question? Let me answer it. And all that. Did you not see that?
Very
spiky.
I think, listen, his honeymoon period's over. I heard a lot of Tottenham fans on
Ange
Monday.
ball, it's squash ball now.
They were like saying, don't think he'll last till the end of the year. He ain't got a plan B. He ain't got no other plan.
Ain't got plan A.
And they're right. He's only got one way of playing. That's what, I'll tell you, when I got to that game, right, I felt confident. Cecil said to me, he goes, oh man, I'm really nervous. I go, why? Because I've got a couple of players missing. I go, yeah, Cecil, I'm being 100% honest with you now, and genuine. I'm not nervous. And I think we're going to win this game. And I said, Cecil, the players that are coming in, this is where now, when people talk about squads, right? This is where you see a decent squad that Arsenal have got. I said, the players are coming in. These are two experienced, well, it wasn't even two because Partey was already there. But I said, these are experienced players coming in, right? And I said, I reckon if he puts Trossard, remember he was talking about maybe putting Trossard in that position where Odegaard plays. He won't let us down. He's good on the ball. And I go, Jorginho is an experienced player. Those are the players that are coming in. We're not throwing in poor players. These are proper players that are coming in, right? So, and I go, and we've got a way of playing, and that ain't really going to change. Those guys are going to still be in that system. And that's exactly what happened. And, you know, we let them have the ball because we know, they've been sussed out. You know how they're going to play. When it comes to a set piece, look what Arsenal did with their set pieces. Every single one of them. Every single one of them was an in-swinger. They ain't seen no out-swinging corners. They're all in-swinging corners.
That's because they understand the weakness of that goalkeeper.
They have like there's all the players sort of start off at the back beyond where all the sort of Tottenham players are lined up to deal with it. They all start off at the back. And just before Sacco ever takes the corner, they all start running into different positions. Even before he's kicked it. Watch it back. And then they just crowd up that area, cause lots of confusion. Vicario comes out and flaps. Romero can't defend set pieces. It's just pure confusion within their box. And that's how we beat them last year.
Yeah.
And they've been sussed out with set pieces. Remember that time when City played them? That's how they beat them.
Yeah,
with a set piece.
That was when it started. And then it started going wrong for them, wasn't it?
Exactly, because the analysts now will look at all these teams have got these analysts, innit?
Yeah, and they see
You see them, they're always at the games with iPads. I've seen a lot of them come out. Go, what do you do? Oh, analysts, mate, analysing for this team and that team, right? They suss out. They've realised that Vicario is a good shot stopper, but guy is poor when it comes to set pieces and balls being swung in. He flaps. They've realised that Romero loses concentration. They realise that Van de Ven's not great on, headering the ball away and things like that. There's a weakness, right? And we exploited it.
Yeah.
We realise as well that, they're going to bomb forwards. They're going to try and play really wide. That's why Timber was in there. Timber, what did Brennan Johnson do in that game? He didn't get past Timber once. Son, anonymous. And then in the midfield, where if there was going to be an area of worry, it's that because you're missing two absolute key players. What change did they get out of Arsenal? Nothing. What did Maddison do? Anonymous. What did Bentancur do? They remember they was telling us that they were telling us Bentancur, this great player. What did he do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, but
Absolutely. I think Kulusevski is probably their best player in that midfield.
But then that's because Arsenal didn't play like you suggested. You said we know what we're going to get with Arsenal, and what Arteta did, he changed his tactics.
No.
I
I said we were going to play like how we did last year. That's exactly how we played last year when we
Yeah,
played
I
them.
think
but then you got to ask the question.
We played like that with Rice and
is it
Odegaard, so.
is it that Arsenal were that good, and they were good because they understood the weaknesses, but is it more to do with their poor management and that it's easy? It's easy.
A bit of both. So this
I didn't think we were
Tottenham
that
fans.
great.
This is where I get with the Tottenham. Well, no, because you're not. If you watch that game properly, we were great because it was a brilliant away performance.
It was a great tactical game.
Tactically brilliant. They did not do nothing to us. They had a couple of half chances. They had one at the start of the game where, Raya made a save. He's supposed to make that save, but he may have made a good save. What else? I think there was that looping header from Solanke. We made a good effort on that. Yeah. What else did they do in the game? They had a lot of the ball. They didn't do anything. Every time they got near to the box, they couldn't get a shot off. They couldn't get a brilliant performance. And then on the counter-attack, we were a threat. Every single time we picked the ball up, we kept the ball. We handled their press fine. It was brilliant. Different type of performance by Arsenal. Not a rampaging, but, that's the difference between Ange and Mikel Arteta, that he can change up his performances. Ange Postecoglou is reminding me a bit like Arsene Wenger. And when I say Arsene Wenger, don't get me wrong, Arsene Wenger was a million times better than him. But remember in the later times, we used to
He was arrogant, wasn't he? He wouldn't change it.
Come on, Arsene, man. When you go away to, you're going away to City or you're going away to City, you've got to change up your tactics. You can't be, we can't just go gun old. We've got to... Whereas Arteta has got different tactics for the thing, right? Big Ange has got one tactic. It's just attack. Wide, use the width. And that's it. He's got nothing else.
But that's all they wanted. Before they wanted
that. Now
they had Mourinho, and no, that's not what we want.
That's why I said the honeymoon period's over. Because when he came in at first, it was a breath of fresh air at first because, they were used to seeing Mourinho, and like you said, Conte, boring football
and they lost
every week, and they were still losing. They're like, he come in, they were saying things like, listen, I don't even care what happens with the results. I'm enjoying it, loving watching it. They ain't loving it now because now the honeymoon is over. Even like you said at first, they were saying, breath of fresh air in the press conferences. He's a laugh. He's a lovable guy. He's even losing it in the press conferences now, having a go at female reporters and things like that.
Where was it? It was in the first half. We both turned around and said we'd win this 1-0.
Yeah,
we did. It had that written all over it. We knew. We knew what we was going into.
It wasn't nervy like that.
Even when they put up 5 minutes, we weren't going, "Oh God!" We said, "We can handle this."
Didn't look like scoring.
No. And the thing was, I look at it and go like, "Listen, we know that we've got to play a lot better when we play Man City. We know that, but we didn't have to play like that in this game. It was just about getting the result, waiting for the opportunity, and it come.
But then maybe we shouldn't be overexcited by it, that we talk about. We had a really tough week, but maybe the beginning of that week was the easy part.
That's the easy part.
That was the easy part. My heart rate monitor was it got to the highest as I was walking out the ground.
Well, I thought he was going to get ear kicked.
Yeah, basically, it did. It went up. So I kept checking it during the game, didn't I? And it was all right. It was okay.
I have to say, realistically, like the last 2 games, I know at half time, we was 3-0 up last time. If it weren't for Arsenal mistakes, we'd have comfortably seen out of that. But the last 2 times at White Hart Lane, at Tottenham's ground now, that's the most comfortable I've ever been. I wasn't worried. I'll just end the game now. There was bits of it I thought we could get another. You actually said, I think we'll get another one in a minute. It weren't like, they're going to nick one in a minute. It was never nothing like that.
The only time they looked dangerous was when we made a mistake.
Yeah, Ben White in the first half.
Yeah, I think Jorginho gave it away once.
But
I said last week to Tottenham fans, I said, listen, we'll beat you lot. Why do you think you're going to beat us? I go, there's a simple reason, right? We defend brilliantly and you can't defend. And that's how we're going to win this game. You can't defend. You can't defend. So I don't think you're going to score, or you won't score many against us, right? But we'll score against you. I'm assured of that. We're going to score against you because you can't defend. And we've seen that literally every game this season, apart from the game against Everton. And Everton have been poor so far. Couldn't defend against Leicester. That's why they dropped points. Couldn't defend
Newcastle
against Newcastle. That's why they threw that game away. And they couldn't defend against us. The Newcastle game, when I saw that, I was like, they ain't beating us. They're gun-ho. They're going to go flooding forward. And then as well, they're not as good as us, right? They're bringing on Timo Werner, man. Come on.
How much Maddison feel coming up? You know, he's
the great Maddison getting hooked again.
Like when you're 1-0 down in the North London derby, with 20 minutes to go.
What did he do?
To unlock the door.
Unlock what door?
Well,
he didn't do anything in the whole game.
But that's what I'm saying. This was the time for him to step up, and he didn't.
He did nothing.
Benson could. Honestly,
he did nothing.
I honestly go to these games. I think it's the Spurs fans. I actually went into the ground thinking, oh God, they've got the best defence in the league.
Who? Spurs?
This is what they told me.
What they told us the truth.
I'm going to the ground. They've got the best defence. How are we going to score against you? They've got Ben Tenker, the best holding midfield player in South America. I'm thinking, oh God, Maddison, who should be playing England's cap, and they've got Solanke, who's the Haaland of English football. I'm thinking, oh God, and they've got Song, world-class Song, and I'm thinking, how are we going to get on against this well-beaten team? And then the reality clicks in that they're delusional.
Deluded.
They're watching something I don't know what they're watching, but they're watching something that I'm not watching, and all of a sudden, you think, wow, they've lied to me.
They're lying to themselves. They genuinely believe that.
I believe they've sold me a big dream here. You know what I mean?
Big Ange has been sussed out, right? And this ain't Scotland, right? No disrespect to Scotland, where it's just Rangers and Celtic, right? There's so many teams there that will work you out, and they've got good players. And I think he's been sussed. He's only got one way of playing, and all that eye line for life and all that stuff now is, out the window. I heard all their fans. They're losing it. They're like, he can't. They're all saying it. He's got no plan B. It reminded me back in the.
Listen, this time last year was the best thing for sliced bread. You know what I mean? I want to know what
bread's gone mouldy,
and it must be a real. I was speaking to my mate today, who's a lovely Spurs fan, AD, big up to him because he phoned me up and said about it, but all through his life, it must be painful. I was just talking to him. He said, in the 80s, right? Tottenham were a better side than us. They won the FA Cup twice and the UEFA Cup, right?
Yeah, the beginning of the 80s.
Yeah. And then at the end of it, and we come and won the League Cup and the league. That was their best era against us. The 90s takes care of itself, and the rest of it. They've always had this. You know what I mean? And they've been a better team than us a few years ago. Come above us 7 times. Yeah. We won 4 FA Cups in that run.
Yeah, but to be fair to them, remember before the game, we had a look on their website at the Honours. In 1950-51, they won the Norwich Charity.
They put out their website.
Norwich Charity Hospital Cup. What was it? Joint.
I don't know if it was a Sunday dinner or something, you know what I mean? But
Joint. And then
that's on their website.
Yeah, and then the next year, it was the Ipswich Hospital Memorial Charity Cup, and that was joint as well.
They couldn't win the Norwich Hospital, so they thought, I tell you what, we'll go down to Ipswich, see if we can win that one. They got a joint one in there as well.
So the point is, I don't think we should get. It was great. It was really, really enjoyable. But let's not get carried away.
Not carried away, but I think.
But they need to be put. Yeah. They need to be.
I personally think that it's not a carried away thing. It's still early in the season, but I think that Arsenal should be really overjoyed with that performance. Mikel Arteta and those players. It's a tough test.
Yeah, and they were overjoyed.
Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Right. The start of this season has been a tough start for us. Had to go away to Villa. Away to Spurs. That's 2 of the.
What was the toughest game for us? What was the hardest game for us?
The Villa game was harder.
The
Villa game was harder.
Oh, you talk about out of those 2
away games.
The Villa game was tougher.
Yeah, because
the Villa game was tougher.
Even though we won 2-0, you'd say Villa was tougher.
But then this is where I really give Arsenal a lot of credit. Right, you're going into that game with your 2 key players missing. They got everybody there, right? They're strong at home. No matter what you want to say about Tottenham, they're strong at home. They don't lose a lot of games at home. Remember even last year when they lost to City, that was a tight game. They could really have won that game. Remember they had a lot of chances in that. I thought our performance was excellent. You know what I mean? It's not about just all out attack every game. It's about sometimes
getting the job done.
Being smart in how we play.
Stopping the other team play.
That is what is making us so good at the moment away from home. And that we can go there and we stop teams from scoring, and then we are dangerous when we get the ball and we go forward. And that is what we're building that bedrock on. And that, make no mistake, that's a tough game to go to Spurs. I know we're all laughing at them and stuff like that, but that is a tough game. Their last home game, I know it's Everton, they beat them 4-0.
It's always tough there, like even when we're at our greatest, it's been tough.
So I think we should take big credit. That's not a look on that. I know we're taking the mick on that, but that's not a look on that game and say, they're just so poor. They're not as poor as we made. No. We made them look very poor yesterday, but they're very strong at home, and that's a tough place to go to. And those 3 games that we looked at last week, them, Atalanta, and City, we've negotiated the first one very, very well, and we bounced back from dropping points when we shouldn't have dropped points really against Brighton. The referee got involved. Now it's on to Atalanta.
What kit we wearing against? Does anybody know?
No.
Because I'll tell you,
they wear that blue. Yeah. They wear that.
Because we can't wear
red, right?
So maybe we'll wear our third kit. We haven't worn that yet.
Oh, that's blue, isn't it? Sort of like.
It has to be red, isn't it?
Must be red. Because I'll tell you, that's the only thing I didn't enjoy yesterday.
Wearing the black.
Oh, you couldn't see it. You lost the players.
I lost the players.
Because of the advertising boards went black at one point, so we lost them.
I lost a lot. So who's he passing to? I found it very difficult.
Well, that was the PGMOL, and it said there's too much white.
It was too much white in our kit.
Well, they had more white last year.
It's ridiculous.
No, we've changed kits since then.
No, Spurs had white shorts last season. We had white shorts, and even this one here, they had dark shorts on, and we had dark shorts on.
It's ridiculous.
It's a bit of a.
It's stupid.
Silly thing.
If that referee's on the picture, you can't tell the difference between our red and white kit and their white and blue kit, then you shouldn't be refereeing, right? You should be going to get some glasses or something.
They had blue sleeves on something as well.
Did they have blue sleeves yesterday?
Yeah,
they've got blue sleeves.
The sleeves are the most important.
They've got blue sleeves. They've got blue down the side. They're wearing blue shorts.
Yeah, it was.
And we were offering as well to say, right, what we do, we wear red shorts as well then. And they said no. And then now, when they come to our place as well, they're not allowed to wear their white kit. This is stupid, man. I do wish these referees would concentrate on refereeing games.
I couldn't pick the players out at times. I'd sit,
But I was, even with that black kit, I was like, well, we beat Villa in that black kit.
Yeah.
So if they want us to wear that, we'll wear it, right? But I would have loved to have seen us in the red as well. But listen, I'm not sure what kit we'll be wearing I guess we'll be wearing red against Atalanta, right, but that's going to be a test as well. Atalanta, of course, they won the Europa League. That's why they're in the Champions League.
Go there with a buzz, though, don't we?
Go there with a buzz, but
I'm buzzing for it now.
They're a good side.
And I'm buzzing for City as well.
They're a good side. Remember, Leverkusen came into that final with their invincible record. They
smashed them
3-0. Hat-trick by Ademola Lookman, who...
the win at the weekend.
Yeah, he's been playing well for Nigeria as well. Had a good season last year. Remember, he played here in the Premier League. He was linked to Arsenal in the summer.
Was it Everton? Was he for a little while?
Yeah, he was at Everton. He was at Fulham. He was, I think he was it West Brom? I think he might have been. But he's been a bit of a journeyman. He's still a young player, but he's doing well. It was a surprise that he still stayed there because he was heavily linked with a move away. I think they were asking so much money that in the end nobody came in for him. But it's going to be a tough game. Tough game.
Yeah.
The fans are going to be up for it. The thing about it's going to be really interesting is that if you actually watch how they play, right, they play a very similar style to Tottenham, which is they're all out attack. They're managed by the legendary Gasperini. And Gasperini's style of football is high press, attacking football, wingers, very similar to Big Ange. So we've got the blueprint from playing How you guys feeling? You're going to be out there?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I started doing my research on. I knew nothing about them.
But we've never played them before, have we?
But other than that game, I saw. Well, I think they played in Ireland, didn't they? The Europa League final. And it was a real shock that they won that game.
Yeah.
How they did, and I'd not even heard of Lookman before, and obviously now he's come
Never
to the
heard of
fore.
Lookman?
No, I don't watch that much
No,
football.
but he used to
other
play
than
in the
Arsenal.
Premier League.
But I don't watch much other than Arsenal.
That's why he does his research.
Yeah, I do my research. And the first thing I saw, other than what everyone knows, was apparently their fans are the most violent ultras in Italy.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
So your heart rate,
So they are like Tottenham and all then.
Yeah,
like,
so
so
there's
your
a bit
heart
of a
rate's going to go up again, right?
Yeah, so I'm sort of thinking about what I'm going to wear. You're talking about, what kit are we playing in, or what kit should we take? I'm not too sure. I'm going to
So
bring
you're bottling it now?
I wouldn't say I'm bottling it. It's a bit like yesterday. I just think, you talk red flag to a bull, isn't it?
Listen, Liverpool went there was no trouble.
Yeah.
Well, I can only go on what I've read.
Where did you read that? I've never heard that
On
before.
Wikipedia. I read that this morning. That's my first thing. I look
Wikipedia.
at Wikipedia just to get a bit of background about these teams, and the thing that I took out was they've got the most violent ultras, and Italy are known for. Italy are known for this, and the fact it was the most violent ultras in Italy, I thought, maybe I'll leave my Arsenal kit at home.
Yeah. I think I will now as
Bottle
well.
jobs, mate. Bottle jobs. Well,
Bottle jobs, you ain't even going.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Send us there,
I'll send you there. But no, I'm looking forward to go.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a new
Arsenal's
ground.
going to make some changes. Got to make a few changes. A bit of rotation.
Well, I'm not sure because with Lookman, the position I'd look at would be left back because you can't really. I don't think you should be playing Timber 3 times in a week with his injury record. It might be overdoing it, but then you've only got who have you got to fill in there?
Well, I don't want to see Havertz play.
But wait a minute, just going back to what you said there, right? While I'm going on Wikipedia, it says Atalanta supporters, tifos, are considered to be amongst the most passionate and loyal fans in Italy.
No, you've got to go down
Atalanta
a bit.
Ultras.
It's about 3/4 the way down.
It
said they were the most violent ultras
well, I don't
in
see
Italy.
that. I don't see that.
Well,
That's it. You've upset. You've upset him before we've even got there.
Left. He's probably saying that because he's always a little right.
Yeah.
Left leaning.
Yeah, they are left leaning. Yeah.
So they'll sort you out, mate. Don't worry when you get out there.
So no, I would.
You go in there with your Brexit, mate. I'll tell you, you're going to be done for. You know what I mean?
I'd leave Havertz out for this one.
Huh?
I'd leave Havertz out. Bring in Jesus for this game.
Hold on, wait a minute. It's an important game.
Yeah, so
it's the first game in the Champions League.
So Sunday. I want us being nice and fresh for Sunday. Thank you very much. And
So it's
Jesus
more
is-
important.
So you're making loads of changes in this
I'm
game.
making 4.
What are the 4?
Right.
Go on, then.
Jesus for Havertz.
Right.
Right. Your man Sterling coming in
Right.
for Saka.
Okay.
Saka.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Rice coming in for Partey.
You keep Jorginho.
Yes. Played Jorginho. I'm resting Partey in him for that. And that's it. I think
that's 3.
maybe,
That's 3, isn't it?
I'm going to leave Gabriel out as well. He's been away on international duty, travelling in Brazil and everything like that. Keep him there and give Calafiori a game if
But
he's
he's
fit.
injured.
If he's fit, or Kivia.
I guess. All right. Going through them, I guess the Kivior one. He did play in Italy before he came here, very successfully. There was lots of teams after him in Italy, so he would have played against Atalanta before. He'll know the ground, so that's not the worst shout in the world. I agree with you on the Jorginho one. I would leave Partey out and bring in Jorginho. Again, Jorginho's Italian, and he knows the players, he knows the league. Rice is back. Definitely have Rice in there. I wouldn't be. And Jorginho the other day, that was his first game. He might play. He was a couple of little sloppy moments in that game, but I think it's just because it's his first game. Might be an idea to give him another game because he could be called upon.
Yeah.
Right, and then, well, if Odegaard's fit, he comes back in, right?
Yeah, he'll be fit.
Yeah.
Listen,
So then, who plays there? Then
Trossard again.
So then,
I'd keep Trossard and Martin there because they weren't on international duty.
I'm not with the start Sterling instead of
Saka.
That's an important game.
He couldn't even walk at the
He
end.
had cramp. They already
So
said.
just give him a rest.
Cramp.
He needs
You don't need a rest.
I want him. I want him
So
fresh.
what's all this rest stuff,
Fresh.
man?
because he needs
for Sunday.
It's September.
He hasn't
Rest.
had a break.
Needs
He's
to-
22.
He hasn't had a break, and his performances of all of them seem to be diminishing because of the fact he hasn't had a break.
Diminishing.
At the end-
He
at
had the
end of
assist for
last
the goal.
season,
He's an important player.
He took a
Well,
corner.
He took a corner. What about the other
Get
corners?
your man
He's
Sterling
important.
and getting. He needs
Yeah,
games.
No.
He
You start Saka it. It's an important game.
Yeah, but they're then playing Sunday.
So
If you
This
let,
is a squad. This is what this squad's for now. It's got to be
All right, do you-
rotated, Rob.
do you think City? Oh, who they got? Have they got a game?
they're playing Wednesday at home.
Right. Do you think Haaland's not going to play?
They're playing Wednesday at home.
Yeah,
you think he's not gonna
There's
play?
a massive difference.
Do you
There's
think
an extra
Haaland
day.
is not going to play?
I think he.
They will rotate. I bet
Yeah.
they. I bet
They'll
they
rotate, but they won't rotate their best player. Why are we rotating us?
because you've got to knock on
because-
Saturday.
He doesn't
we,
need
we,
a
we,
rest.
we need
Yeah,
him more.
yeah,
Unless
yeah, there's a number
the
of
only
reasons.
way I would rotate him if he's injured, and they've already come out and said it was he just had cramp and he couldn't. That's why he couldn't walk. I wouldn't rotate. Saka
Yeah,
starts.
no,
me.
doesn't
He-
Huh?
He absolutely loves him, doesn't he? Like that.
Who's Saka?
Yeah, but
he's our best
the
player.
reason we want him rested is because we love him.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting
I'm
the
not
best
saying
out
that
of
we're
him.
nothing to
Listen,
do
we're
with
without.
who we love and that.
We are without Odegaard at Man City, so I don't want to be risking Saka.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
We don't know if Odegaard might be fit. We don't know. But all I
You want to bet
know,
on it?
Yeah,
I don't know. All I know is for me,
that means no. He
That's
doesn't
an
lose his
important-
money.
So how many people? So you're going to play Havertz as well?
yeah.
3 games in 7 days, travelling all
Yeah.
that time and all that. Like,
And that's what they've got the squad
Welcome
for.
to the Champions League.
But this is an exceptional week
Jesus
that
is
we've
good
had,
enough.
and also with the Thursday, Sunday, and away from home because they're going to
Thursday,
then
Sunday?
have to travel up to Manchester. They're going to get back Friday. They're going to spend Friday at home, and then Saturday they're going up to Manchester.
All the way to Manchester.
first class.
Yeah, but it's still that they're
go all the way
away.
to
City ain't
Manchester.
doing-
Yeah.
No,
City
listen,
has an
Arsenal
extra
have got
day.
this squad, right? They've got this squad now that's strengthened. In it's not not a big squad, but it's a squad that's got more quality, so you can make rotate like you
Yeah.
know Sterling coming in for Saka. We've always when you go like let's spend 40 million on a replacement for Saka, like so backup for Saka. When are you going to back him up with him? When are you going to give him the
and
go?
also you've got to look at the quality of the opposition as well. With all due respect to Atalanta and
They're a very
their
good side.
ultras, they're a good side.
Very good side.
City's a big game.
Very
are
good
they?
side.
All right, so
They won the
let's-
Europa League.
let-
They beat Bayer Leverkusen.
Okay, so they came fourth in the Italian division last
They're
year.
13th at the moment.
They're eighth. They're eighth.
Yeah, but it's the season's just started.
Sorry, Spurs are 13th. Sorry.
They've won 2,
Lost 2.
and they've lost 2. And you're quite right; they won 3-2.
Fiorentina.
Their pre-season wasn't that great. They got spanked a couple of times.
Who cares
They
about
are
pre-season?
a good team. They're not a great team. And on Sunday,
very good team.
on Sunday,
They're not
we
a
are-
great team, but they're a very good team.
Okay, they're a good. You can say very
no, they're a
good.
very
I
good
will
team.
say they're a good team.
They've won the
We
Europa
need to
League.
be-
We
we
ain't
need
won
to
it.
be
They've
going
won
up.
the Europa
We
League
need to
side.
be going to Man
It's a
City
second
first,
rate.
Rob.
It's a
This is
second-rate
just the
European
sort of-
competition.
This is just the sort of thing, right, that ends up costing.
Why?
Thank God Mikel Arteta doesn't think like you guys, right?
why?
So I'm saying, like where he's saying, they're a second
No,
rate. And
no.
all that. I'm telling
Europa
you, right?
League is a second-rate European
Right, I'm
competition.
saying that, yeah, but we didn't win it.
No, we didn't. But it's still
Right, so
second-rate.
I'm saying, right, they were impressive when they won that. They beat Bayer Leverkusen.
It's a cup final. It's a cup competition.
Yeah, but they wiped the floor with them, right? They beat Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
When
they did.
you're doing your stats,
I
you do
watched that
remember
game.
that,
I
right?
did watch that
They
game.
wiped the floor with
They
Liverpool as
did.
well. They
But
beat Liverpool.
Liverpool were on a downer at
They
that
beat
time.
Liverpool at Anfield.
Liverpool were losing
Right.
to a lot of teams around that time.
They beat Liverpool at Anfield, right? They're a good side. They're a dangerous
They are a
side.
good side. I
So
said
what's
they
your
were-
team? I
got-
want
they've
to
got
know
very-
what
but
your
they're
team
not
They've
a
got a
great-
very good manager. It's their first. Look, we just heard what we said about
Yep.
most passionate fans and stuff like that. They're going to have a passionate support there.
They are.
That's not an easy game. Arsenal have not traditionally over the last couple of seasons.
You've got to trust the squad though, Rob.
They've not travelled well in Europe. It's the first game. I want to get that off to a good start. To me, I'm not saying don't make any changes, but not too many.
Yeah. But,
No, I'm saying
yeah, and you
4.
can say all these things about Atalanta, all these positive things, but ultimately there's 2 factors here. Atalanta, and a couple of days later, Manchester City.
Yeah, and I wanna go
whatever,
into-
And whatever you say about Atalanta, there's no argument that Manchester City are a better team than Atalanta.
100%.
So you've got to play your best team.
I want to go into that game against Man City with a winning vibe, right? And I believe if we play a strong team against Atalanta,
we can have these people on the bench.
We can win. So my team.
Go on.
I'll give you my team then, right? So I go, obviously Raya.
Not Neto.
Right? No. Was you going Neto?
No.
All right. Well, don't Raya need a rest?
Not really.
Yeah, he had
doesn't.
no rest.
No, because he's a goalkeeper. He doesn't have to run around much.
Ben White.
Yeah.
Gabriel Saliba. And if Calafiore's fit, if he's fit, I'm with you. I'd bring him in on left back.
Yep.
Because he's played in Italy. He played in Italy week in, week out. Obviously, he's come from the Italian league.
I'd leave Timber out anyway.
And I'd leave Timber out for that game just because, what happened to him last season. He had a very tough physical game against Tottenham at the weekend. Midfield, Declan Rice comes back in.
Yep.
Jorginho. And if Odegaard's still injured, then Trossard, right? And then up front, Saka, Havertz, and Martinelli. I'll start with them three. Or, all right, maybe you could leave out maybe a Martinelli and start Sterling on that left-hand side. But Saka has to play for me. It's too important to leave out for these games.
Not for me.
No, not for me either.
Nor Havertz. I think Jesus can do a job up front.
Because you want to see what Sterling's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him a game. Give him a start. And if it's not working out, see, this is how
I'll give him a start, but I'm not giving him a start for Saka. It's too important, man.
But you can always bring Saka off the bench. Could be even more potent.
Start him.
I mean, after they're tired, they've been run by Sterling. Bring on Saka.
No, it's too important a player to leave on the bench.
No,
you don't leave your best players on the bench.
I want him fresh.
I can tell you, right? I can tell you when you look at your best players, right? Real Madrid, when they play this week, whoever they're playing, Vinicius Junior will be playing.
Right.
And Bellingham will be playing. Right? Their best players will be playing.
They got Man City on the Sunday.
Right? I don't care. Even if they've got Barcelona on the weekend, their best players will be playing. Right? Bayern Munich, if they're playing, Harry Kane will play.
All right, so
their best players will play. Right? If it comes to, I don't know, City, Haaland will play. Haaland will play for City.
There's another point.
Right? Liverpool.
Right, can you get a word?
Liverpool, Salah will play. Yeah.
Okay. So
you guys have got this mentality: leave out. No,
but it's the realities of the game. And here's the other thing. All right, Champions League. It's 32 teams in this league, and how many qualify? First 8.
The top 8.
Top 8, and then after that you go into the playoffs. So you do get a chance to get through. We don't want to be in the playoffs, but ultimately,
more games.
If you go,
more rest,
how many points? We're 2 points behind City at the moment. If we go 5 points behind City. I'm not saying it's over because I'm always an optimist, but there'll be a lot of people that think 5 points
go
behind,
5 points behind City.
5 points behind
still,
City.
You play a weakened team and still go 5 points behind City.
Well, yeah, but we're not saying it's a weakened team. How is Jesus coming and Sterling going to weaken the team?
I'm just saying, I wouldn't take Saka out. He's our best player. And Havertz has started the season brilliantly. I wouldn't take him out.
So what if he gets injured and breaks down like that?
Then we have to bring in the guys that you said. But I don't think your reasons for bringing in these guys is tiredness.
No. Freshness. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Well, I want my top players.
You can't
fresh.
Yeah. However good the players are, you cannot play at your top level consistently every single game. And you've got 3 games in a week. You need to mix it up.
The best players want to play every single game.
They might want to play. Even the worst players want to play every game.
You go speak to those players. Everyone wants to play every game. They don't want to be left out.
But that doesn't differentiate them. Every player in every club, whether it be Premier League, Maccabi League, whatever, wants to play every game. Everyone wants to play every game.
Real salt beef.
Yeah, salt beef.
I tell you told me about a team in the Maccabi League called Real Salt Beef. I mean, I still can't get over that.
There was another couple of names. This guy comes up to me in the gym and said, I play for Real Salt Beef. I said, that's a brilliant name. He goes, there's other teams in the league. There was one called Stoke Salmon. There was another one. I can remember the name. Borussia Jula. I can't. Oh,
There's a team called, I know,
go on.
called
What was one?
Inter Juventus.
Juventus.
It's absolutely, the boys up there, they're Burnley way, Manchester way, so I'll give them a big shout. What a name! What a name.
There's some great names.
Days. Listen, this is serious football.
It is serious football.
I'm saying to you,
So everyone wants. So everyone wants to play. So that doesn't differentiate.
This is the start of this competition. Want to get off to a winning start. Want to get off to a good start, and also carry that winning spirit. Go over to Atalanta, win that game, and then go into that game against City with a lot of confidence. We've just beaten Spurs and Atalanta. Right, bring it on. That's how I feel right now. I don't feel...
And we've got the squad to be able
It's so
to do
early
that.
in the season. Yeah, but I've left out a few players, but I can't leave out my most important players for this game.
I don't think
I've left out a few.
I don't think Saka is the most important player.
Who is that?
The centre-back pairing. That, for me,
Well,
and the
yeah,
goalkeeper.
they're very important
because
as well.
this is the thing.
But Saka, attacking-wise, is our best player.
I think our success is based more on a defensive unity than it is the attacking, like what we did
That's
on
true.
Sunday.
That's true, but we're not leaving out... Well, I'm not leaving out none of them two either. But also, up front, our best player is Saka. He's our best player.
So,
and
I
he starts.
want him fresh.
Yeah, I want him fresh.
I want him to start that game. Unless if he's injured, you leave him out. If he's got any niggle, he's
Which he
left
did,
out.
yeah.
If he's getting... No, they say it's cramp.
Well, what's that?
It couldn't walk.
Cramp's not an injury, is it?
It means he's not.
Go and get a bit of massage and that, you're good to go.
Well, then why didn't they keep him on for 50 minutes? Massage his
Because he
leg
didn't
for
want-
2 minutes
he's got a bit of
and
cramp.
then let him go on.
He said he's got a bit of cramp. He couldn't move. That's why he took him off. Happens with cramp.
Yeah, no, 'cause
You've had
he's
it
not-
before, innit?
He's not. Yeah, but he's not. That means he's not 100%. He's not.
Yeah, I
running.
You had
I've-
cramp before. You've had cramp before. I'm sure this happened to you before. You've gone to bed. You've had cramp. Has that happened to you before?
I've had cramp, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, bad.
they're not-
Like really.
they're not-
Hold on.
Go
It
on.
really lot of pain because when you get cramp, it's a lot of pain. Yeah.
For a few seconds.
Yeah.
For a
And
few
then the
seconds,
next
then
day,
it's gone. No, not
yeah.
the
Hold
next day, a
on.
few
Let me
seconds
just
later.
finish. Right. Next day, you got an important meeting over in Amsterdam, like what you had the other day.
High-level executive one.
Right. You turn around and say, because I had that cramp, I'm not going. Not going to take that flight. I'm staying at home to rest it.
Yeah, there's a bit of a difference between going
No,
to a
hold
meeting,
on. Answer the question.
cramp, and see, you're talking about the next day. I've had
Are
cramp.
you staying at
Why
home?
has he got cramp? That's the question.
Yeah,
of the night.
Are you
because
staying
he's
at
not
home?
fit
He's
enough.
not fit enough.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so I've had cramp.
Because he's not prepared. Because
Yeah.
he's not done enough training. That's why.
Or his body's fit. The reason for
No.
cramp is because your body is feeling fatigued. That's
Yeah,
what brings on cramp.
It
So
can
you're,
also it can be also things like a lack of hydration, things like that.
but you're fatigued.
So you go, you take
might have
it.
it.
Hold on. So you can be a bit. Sometimes it's that.
Yeah.
So you can be a bit fatigued in your muscles. You go, you take a rest.
Yeah, take
You
it- exactly, take a rest.
Hold on. You hydrate again. Get electrolytes into your body. Get a massage. Rest it for a day. You're good to go. The game's on Thursday.
And the following game's on Sunday.
Yeah, and if he gets cramp again, you take him off. Cramp.
We want him on.
Bloody hell.
We want our best players
on Sunday.
on Sunday.
Oh, he's your best player now.
No, he's one of the best players.
Right, he plays for me.
Okay.
And that's what I like. What Mikel Arteta.
So then when you're
I
going
loved
to
what
when you're
Mikel
going to have
Arteta-
Sterling play?
I loved what Mikel Arteta said
When Saka's
after.
injured.
Yeah.
Well, no,
After Thursday when he breaks
possibly.
down. Yeah.
I would possibly play Sterling instead of Martinelli, but I'd start Martinelli to be honest. But it could be that he got through a lot of work in that Tottenham game. But he's a young guy, so I thought he played well in that game. Apart
Yeah,
from
he hasn't had the internationals like.
Yeah, I thought he played well, and I don't know. I'd be loath to leave him out, man.
Yeah, I'm
because
not leaving him out.
he played really, really well.
You have a
And I'm
look
not
at
leaving out
Saka.
Saka. So to me, I'd start with the same front three.
With Saka, he played for England, 90 minutes and then another 65.
67.
Was it 65?
67.
And then he's done that. And, this is an opportunity, not to say like we're taking Atalanta any differently to any other team.
We are handling differently because they're not Manchester City.
No, exactly like man. Because the Man City game comes for 2 days. If we was playing on the Wednesday, I probably wouldn't be so bad
At home as well.
Yeah, but it's a Thursday. All that travelling and all that. Like, I want us to be fresh.
All that travelling.
No, I want us
Hour
to
and a half to Milan.
still got to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
It's not just an hour and a half. You've got to get to the airport, and
Oh,
I think it's 2
You're not
hours.
sleeping in your same bed.
Seriously, man. That's what I like. As I said, I like that. I like what Arteta said the other day. He goes, what he likes about the team is nobody was whining and making any excuses. The fact that Rice and Odegaard were going to be out, they just got on with it, and I like that. I want that mentality in Arsenal. None of this rest.
It's not rest, it's rotation.
And he can come off the bench.
Well, look at it. We have got a squad now, Robin.
We have, and I've rotated, but I'm not rotating my best players.
All right,
that's fair enough.
And I don't think Arteta will. I think Saka will start. I don't think Arteta will rotate Saka.
No,
I'm hoping that he don't. I want to go. I don't want to see Havertz neither.
So you're hoping he doesn't?
No, you hope he does then?
He does rotate Saka.
I don't think he will rotate.
I don't want to see Saka starting. I don't want to see Havertz starting, and I don't want to see Thomas Partey starting.
Okay.
Right?
The Partey one, I'm with you because
Timber, I don't want to see him start.
The Partey and the Timber one, I'm with you because of the injury.
But who fills in for Timber with Lookman? Because I think Lookman's on that side as well.
Calafiori.
But he's probably injured.
If then Timber stays in.
Yeah, he might have to. Because we haven't.
But if Calafiori's fit, I'll bring him in. Oh, you could put Kivior in there as well.
I'm not sure, Kivior.
But I don't. Calafiori. And then come Sunday now, big game. We go in there with our strongest side. And then players can rest for the game the week after.
If you have we'll have Sterling on that because he's injured. Like, you know what I mean?
Look, man, I'll tell you. Bunch of wimps, man, I'll tell you.
And then like
scared to go out Atalanta because you read on Wikipedia.
I'm a fresh Saka, fresh Havertz, Martinelli up top. Come on, let's have them.
These little wimps, man.
Let's have them.
Scared
Rice,
scared to go out Atalanta because you heard on Wikipedia that they got bad ultras. Scared to play this player because he could get injured. I thought you were hard, mate. I saw you at Tottenham the other day. You know what I mean? Giving it to that Tottenham fan. I thought you was hard, son.
Nah, listen, I've got a bad back.
And they were big. They're very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you weren't, no?
No.
Well, he's not big.
But I'm not big. I had a bit of I had to front it, didn't I? Like, I mean, bad back and all.
Well, we had about 4 people between you and them.
Once the stewards got into I could probably become a lot bigger. Come on, let's have it then. Let's have it.
Listen, right. All right. What about that City game? How are you not feeling?
Oh, listen. If we've got to play a lot better than what we did on Sunday. I think we was a little bit wasteful with our play up front and all that. We've got to be a little bit better. But horses for courses, isn't it? That's the way we played. I think that. I don't think you can defend like that against City. They will have things that will open us up.
We did do a similar thing to City last year, though, didn't it?
We did the same thing.
We let City have the ball. We
did. That's true.
And Haaland never got a touch, did he?
No. So we're capable of doing it. We're capable of doing it. And I think that the likes of Martinelli and Sterling in that game. I think Odegaard will be a big miss in this game.
Odegaard's a big miss in any game.
Yeah, but I think we can get away with it at Spurs when we did.
Yeah,
which proved it. But that's one of the other reasons that I'm a little bit want to wrap Havertz and Saka in cotton wool, because if Odegaard ain't there, to lose one of them two as well would be a big loss. So, but listen, I'm not. It's going to be tough. I'm not going up to Man City, and this is a credit to Arteta that I'm going up there. I'm not fearing going up there.
Yeah.
There were years when I was,
there was remember on Sunday, you said if Saliba got sent off, you were going to do the watching.
Yeah, well, that I did say
you
that. I did say that.
This guy.
I did say that. I did say when he got that silly book, and I said, "No, you actually put him here." You go, he's going to get sent off for that. I said, if he gets sent off, I'm doing the watch along. And actually, you agreed as well.
I just didn't want to. Well,
yeah,
no, I'd have probably.
I'll be honest. But we got Saliba to go through. Listen, Saliba and Gabriel, it's so important that them two are playing on Sunday.
Every game with them.
Yeah,
every
because
important game.
I just think that if anybody can stop Haaland physically and mentally, it's them two.
Do you know what they cost between them? 55 million for that partnership.
Incredible.
It's incredible. Yeah, the City game. Listen, it's like you said, it's a really.
Would you take a draw now, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would you?
Yeah, I would. But I don't think City have been playing that great. I've been watching their games. Apart from the Chelsea game.
Come on.
I thought they were really impressive against Chelsea. and I mean, I watched them the other day. I mean, to be fair, it was match of the day, so I didn't watch the whole game. But from the highlights that I saw,
Brentford.
yeah, on the Brentford game,
Might play like that against us.
yeah,
though, will
I
they?
mean, look, I think they deserved to win, but they didn't just wipe the floor with them.
Yeah, Brentford had a couple
Yeah.
of chances. I think the thing is with City, they've been conceding goals. I didn't concede against Chelsea, but they conceded
They got
against
Ake out,
Brentford.
haven't
Yeah. Who else did they what was their second game?
Ipswich.
They conceded against
Which
Ipswich.
in the first minute, you know.
they? Yeah.
Yeah, so
They've conceded a couple in the first minute.
Yeah,
So maybe,
so like, you
so
know,
maybe we can catch them from the
if we,
kick-off.
oh, that'd be good if we
Yeah.
can catch them early.
they conceded a few goals, but you've got to stop Haaland. You know what I mean? Which we have done over the past few games that we played them, but he's such a threat.
That's the difference between you are right. I don't think they was great against Brentford, but then then all of a sudden bang bang they're two, and he had about 4 good chances in that game.
Yeah.
So
He's on fire at
He's
the
on
moment.
fire at the moment, and he's nice and fresh and whatever. And I do hope that he plays on Wednesday night. Like, you know, I do hope. You know.
I mean, yeah, I would take a draw, right? I would take a draw, but imagine if we went up there and got a win. What could that do for the confidence
Well, that'd be-
of this Arsenal team? And we should go there very confident. Look at our record away from home. It's ridiculous at the moment. You know what I mean? I know their home record is ridiculous as well. Something might have to give, or it might just be another draw. But last 11 home games, 10 wins, 1 draw. I mean, and that was against City.
us.
And I mean, that's incredible. That's an
They've
incredible
won their
record.
last 13 Premier League games.
Yeah, and you've
Since
got
us, they
to...
just won every game.
Won every game.
You've got to really, when you've got an away record like that, you've got to go there with a lot of confidence. Something's going to give. And I'm hoping it's them, you know what I mean? And
I'm looking forward to going. I'm not like
it's going to be, I mean, I'm so happy that like now it's like, that's the game. Like, we're the two powerhouses at the moment.
and I think if we'd have lost or drawn on Saturday, because like Julian made a great point. We was talking. He goes, it was about a couple of minutes to go in that game. Saying, "Well, whatever happens now, we're not going to lose." And I said, "Yeah, but dropping if they were to score, dropping 2
that'd be
points,
disaster.
that means going into that game 4 points." I think going there now with 2 points, you know, and you said it, Julian. Well, if we win there, then we go a point in front of them.
Point above them, but also with the start we've had, the fixtures we've had, and the fact that if we get that draw, and we can look back at those first 5 fixtures and have those 3 really tough away games out the way.
Yeah.
We're actually, I would say, we're better off, even though they're 2 points ahead of us.
Great point, Julian.
It's that we've got those games out
And
the
we
way.
got them at home then, haven't we? So
Yeah.
you look at it like
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point because those are 3 tough away games, man, where you can slip up in. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, go there and don't lose. But if we could go there and get a win, you know. Right, I'm going to throw predictions in. So first of all, Atalanta, you're both going to be there.
Yep.
I'll be watching from New York, but look out, I'm going to be doing some stuff. I've already made contact with some New York Gooners, and I'm looking forward to that. Prediction.
1-1.
Atalanta.
Yeah.
I would say 2-1 to Arsenal from the little research I've done up to now on Atlanta and also their current performances. I would say that we will win, even with the changes that we've all discussed.
I think it'll be a similar game to what we saw the other day. I'm going 1-0 again. 1-0 in the Arsenal. City.
1-1.
I'm going to say it's a draw as well. It's going to be a low-scoring draw.
So what, 1-1 as well?
I'll probably go 0-0 if I've got to predict an actual score.
Right.
I think it's 2 very good.
I think there's going to be goals in the game. I'm going 1-1 as well. I think it's going to be a draw.
But I'll take that. I know
it's
people might think I'm being negative, and I'm not.
We've all said a draw.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it's 2 good sides going at it.
And that was seen.
And neither team, so early in the season, neither team has to really go for it. That's the thing.
But then if you can win it, you know.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a game of chess at the moment. You don't have to go for it this early. You just don't want to lose. Neither team wants to lose. Obviously, neither team wants to lose, but
City go for it. They go.
No, they go for it. Their own. They will go for
They
it.
go for it because it puts them in a very, very good position. But
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
if they go for it,
they can
totally,
actually go for it more than us when you think about it, right? Because if they lose, they're only a point behind. Whereas if they go for it and win, they put a little bit of distance between
5
us,
points,
even at this stage. So, all right, well, you will get to find out what happens come Thursday and come Sunday. We're covering it all here on AFTV. The lads are going to be travelling out. Cecil's going as well. They're going to be over in Atalanta. So make sure you check out all of the great content as they tour around, eating spaghetti and all that good stuff, drinking.
In our Arsenal kits. Target on our backs.
This guy, right? But over in Atalanta, it should be really, really good. I'm going to be in New York and watching it with some Arsenal Gooners over there as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, on Sunday, the big one, at the Etihad Stadium, away to Manchester City. Can we keep that great form away from home in the Premier League going? Massive, massive game. That is on Sunday. Of course, we've got to watch along to that. We're all going to be at the game as well. We're doing a bit. Sure, you guys can cope with all that travelling? You might need a rest, Julian. You know what I mean? Give Nord.
Can we have a massage before we go?
Give NordVPN some respect, right? Because these guys will be using the NordVPN on their travels. I'll be using it as well when I'm in New York so I can watch the game, right? So that's one of the reasons why they're so good to have. You can get their special deal that they're doing right now with that 4-month money-back guarantee. All you do is click the link in the description. 4-month free. Click the link in the description right now. And you can get more details of how you can sign up for NordVPN. It's absolutely brilliant. Guys,
safe journey in New York. Yeah. Safe trip.
Yeah. Stay safe out there in Italy.
Yeah.
And the ultras out there. Yeah. That's what he looks like and that's what he looks like, right? Only joking. Right. Thanks for watching the show. I'll be back next week. The Invincible podcast. Myself, Robbie and Lee Judges come together once a week to discuss all things Arsenal. Straight talking, considered discussion, brought to you by the fans of the only club in Football League history to go invincible.